Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is News Now at noon.
Now at noon, a Jamestown man is locked up after running from the cops and smashing his car into a house. Plus, the Buffalo Bills were blown out Sunday night. Details coming up. But first, we check in with Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
Well, happy Monday, everybody. It is finally the beginning of a new work week, and I don't think a lot of us like Mondays, but hey, it's the beginning of a new work week. We make that money. As we take a look at the radar out there, a lot of the rain that we had this morning, the steady rain that is associated with the remnants of Gordon, is now moving to the east and northeast. So we're starting to get into a little bit of a break in the rain coverage, but maybe a few more scattered showers for the afternoon. Look at this. We only made it to 56 degrees at the airport. That was the official high yesterday. 51 was the low. That's right at average to where we should be. Look at where the high should be, right around 74 degrees. The record for this date is 92, set back in set back in 2002, which actually coincidentally is the last time I had a good night's sleep, was back in 2002. And we picked up 1.78 inches of rain throughout the past 24 hours, not too far off from the projected total of around 2 inches for some areas. So for the remainder of the afternoon, the widespread showers taper off west to east, maybe a few more scattered to isolated showers throughout the afternoon hours. Breezy, cloudy, and cool. The clouds will just hang across the area. 62 to 68 with the southeast wind 13 to 23 miles per hour. We'll talk about that. Plus, we have a new hurricane in the Atlantic that may threaten the East Coast later on in the week with that Quick Solution 7-day. Later on in the show, Justin.
All right, Dakota, thank you. A Jamestown man is locked up after police say he led them on a high-speed pursuit, ditched his car, and allowed it to smash into a building this past weekend. 43-year-old Christopher Thomas faces a number of charges after Jamestown police said he refused to pull over and fled at high rates of speed Saturday night. Thomas allegedly jumped from the car at the intersection of South Main and Parker Avenue, the car continuing, jumping a curb and striking a building that police say was damaged. The man was arrested on Parker Avenue and committed to Chautauqua County Jail. New York State Attorney General is warning New Yorkers of an all-too-common grandparent scam. A.G. Underwood issued the reminder on Grandparents' Day, Sunday. The scam typically works as follows. A senior receives an unexpected call from someone who claims to be their grandchild. The caller says there is an emergency and asks the grandparent to immediately send money. Victims are often instructed to go out and buy prepaid debit cards or gift cards and call back, reading the serial numbers on the cards, allowing the scammer to transfer the funds. Heavy rain left over from last week's tropical storm moved through western New York overnight, bringing down temperatures to a more fall-like feel. A live look at radar as the rain begins to move before being replaced by rookie quarterback Josh Allen. Embattled Bills running back LaShawn McCoy tailored just 22 yards on 7 carries, and the Bills' offense registered a skimpy 153 yards of total offense. Kicker Sean Hausenkin ripped a 35-yard field goal for Buffalo's only points of the day. The Bills' D, meanwhile, gave an embarrassing 6 touchdowns. Buffalo will host the San Diego Chargers next Sunday. And coming up in New and Noteworthy, we sit down with our Matt Hummel to talk all sports in just a bit. The rubber surface at one of Jamestown's newest playgrounds will be installed over the next few days, which will finally complete one of the largest community build projects in the city's history. Chateauguay Park's playground remains closed as that surface sets. Officials says if you walk on it, it will be damaged and the city would have to resurface it at an extra cost. The funding for the renovation was made possible by Kaboom, the Ralph C. Wilson Jr. Foundation, the Chateauguay Playground Project Committee, and the City of Jamestown. A new ribbon cutting will be announced at a later date to celebrate the official opening of the playground. You see in that video there, volunteers put it together a few weeks ago. Coming up next, as we mentioned, the Buffalo Bills were crushed last night. Matty Ice is talking sports after this. And later, a more powerful storm is headed for the East Coast. We'll talk with Dakota Hunter about potential impacts in New and Noteworthy. The Fitness Bunker in Lakewood is a locally owned and operated club that cares about your health and wellness. They invest in it. Right now, enter their 30-day challenge, where for only $69, you get 30 days of unlimited everything. That's right, everything, along with 2 one-on-one personal training sessions. Then, if you lose 10 pounds, you'll get the next month free. Plus, the first place winner will get 2 Buffalo Bills tickets or a $100 gift card. Details right now on the Fitness Bunker's Facebook page.
The Doubletree by Hilton is looking for employees in the Jamestown area. Join them at a number of job fairs this September. From servers, bartenders, cooks, and housekeepers, the hotel has many positions to fill. Applicants must bring a resume and cover letter. Arrive prepared to interview.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
For more than 2 decades, Dorler Landscape Designs has provided exceptional service to customers right here in Chautauqua County with one goal in mind: transform your lawn into an attractive landscape that will be the envy of the neighborhood. From landscape design to lawn maintenance to sprinkler installation and so much more. Count on Dorler Landscaping. Call us today and let us get to work for you. Dorler Landscaping Designs at dorlerlandscape.com.
Brought to you by the people giving hope at Gifts Decor and More. With the controversial Kratom, Gifts Decor and More is giving hope to Southern Chautauqua County residents, one visit at a time.
And welcome back to New and Noteworthy on this day. You don't want to say it.
No, but what I was thinking was the Bills were locked out of heaven yesterday.
They were. Oh my gosh. Can you... And so much crazy football happened yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Even if you're not a football follower, like I'm not a huge football follower, but like it was just madness, absolute madness. So the Buffalo Bills... were they even awake?
I don't think so. I don't think they got off the bus. I don't think they got off the team plane. Look at Joe Flacco right there. I mean, good golly, right across his body. Nice throw there. I mean, that was the Bills in a nutshell yesterday.
74-3, or 47-3 rather.
Yep.
At least they got 3 points.
Woo! Yeah, and what, the fourth quarter?
So, Matt, I guess everyone is so hyped, right? They figured they'd have a rebuilding year. Not the case.
Well, you knew this was going to... I mean, I didn't expect 47-3, but you knew they were going to struggle in the first game. I mean, Nathan Peterman, your starting quarterback, look at this. And the offensive line didn't help either there, but my golly, Peterman didn't look any better than he did against the Chargers last year. The difference being he threw, I think, just 2... I mean, look at that,
Right.
Now, you could say that was maybe the wrong route that Kelvin Benjamin ran. I don't know. But good golly. Oh, a nice throw there by Flacco.
Now, the one thing that we do have to note is that yesterday... for a lot of teams, including the Bills, it was a rough start to the regular season.
And you see that a lot now because, like we've discussed, in the newsroom, a lot of teams nowadays, it used to be the third game of the preseason. That was a game where your starters would play basically 3 quarters. That's on both sides of the ball. So the offense would get more continuity. Nowadays, a lot of times in training camp, your star players like your Roethlisbergers, your Antonio Browns, your Tom Brady's, people like that, they're not going to play a whole lot, if at all, in the preseason.
Right.
And even during training camp, they'll get less reps. And you're going to see stuff like this in the Cleveland-Pittsburgh game.
Right, and a lot of people last night were saying that the Roethlisbergers weren't on their game last night. It seemed very much off from what you see with a team like Pittsburgh. The Cleveland Browns this was the best write-in I've ever seen all day. I got to give credit to CBS Sports for this lead into their story. All right, listen to this. In what might go down as the most Browns thing ever, the Browns finally ended their 17-game losing streak on Sunday without actually winning anything.
That's a nice lead.
That is a great lead.
And you know what? It's so true. That's what I was saying yesterday. I mean, first off, both teams had a chance of winning. Pittsburgh was up 21-7 fourth quarter. No reason why they couldn't hold on.
No. And for a lot of fans who were watching that this past weekend, they honestly thought maybe for a second the Browns were going to win.
I mean, look at
in
this.
overtime. Until this happened right here. Listen. Nothing. A tie.
I mean, first off, T.J. Watt. I just noticed this on the shot, but on his helmet, he lost the 9. So he just had a 0.
Yeah.
So the 9 must have ripped off. But look at the game he had yesterday. 4 sacks. I think he had the blocked field goal. I think a forced fumble. I mean, good golly, he was a monster yesterday.
He was. And, it's sad for the Browns because people all over Cleveland were hoping to get free booze.
Well, it's sad for them, and if you look from a Pittsburgh perspective...
It's sad, too.
It's sad, too, because here's the thing. The Browns could maybe contend for a wild card spot, but when it comes down to the divisional race, it's tough for Pittsburgh because if it comes down to a tiebreaker at the end of the year... a tie is basically like a loss because in a lot of these scenarios, it's not. People get this confused when it comes down to placing division winners and stuff. It's based on win percentage. It's not based on the number of wins. Now, a lot of times you'll have like the Patriots will be like. Well, we'll say 12-4, for example, in the AFC East, and then the second place team would have maybe 9 wins or something like that. So it's clear cut right there. But there's other times where you could have a team that goes 7-8-1, and then a team that goes 7-9,
right,
or 8-8, and the one team may have more losses. But it's win percentage.
Right, and the tie, really nobody wins there. I mean, it's
it's basically a loss.
And what else was really scary last night? Green Bay's star.
Oh,
huge. Aaron Rodgers was injured.
Deja vu.
He was pulled out of the game. There he is on the ground. But he returns. Later in the game, everyone thought, okay, it looks like the Bears are going to win. The first 40 minutes, they were unstoppable. Rodgers was out. But the final 20, the Packers, they came back and they overcame a 20-point deficit to win 24-23.
Oh, and something too, excuse me. The Packers' defense was definitely tired in the beginning of the game, but the way they came back in the second half, the defense, they were dominant, especially in the fourth quarter, and that's something that really was lost in translation because of the Aaron Rodgers coming back and the injury and stuff. So, give the defense some credit there.
Right, exactly. And, it seems like, Matt, looking at it as, kind of a soft sports fan, it's like, all right, this is the first official real week of the NFL. Yeah. Anything could happen, and definitely saw it. Very exciting there That was Sunday night on NBC. Want to shift gears a little bit because we're all talking about that heavy rain and flooding potential that we saw across much of the state this past weekend. And Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter joins us now here at the desk. Dakota, a lot of people very much obviously concerned with a new storm that's coming our way as well. But earlier today, the governor's office issued warnings telling people that, we're still not quite over in the rain department just today.
Yes, actually, in terms of Western New York, a lot of the rain has now since pretty much exited out. If we can take a live look at Lynx 2, which is our live First Defense Doppler, you can see a lot of the rain has now since really exited out to the east. And this is all in association with the remnants of what was Tropical Depression Gordon. The center of circulation now is still over Ohio. It's still out to our southwest, but it's still throwing some tropical-like moisture our way. But still, a lot of the widespread rain has now since pretty much ended, and it's kind of moving out to the northeast now. So a lot of the widespread rain ending, but a few more rain showers will still come. Let's switch to Lynx 1, which will be our main graphics, and this is what we're talking about. This is now Hurricane Florence, and it's spinning out here in the Atlantic. Look at that eye wall. That is an incredible eye circulation you see right there. That is incredible, and the center of circulation really is looking very strong right now. And this is the latest advisory from the National Hurricane Center. Actually, I just got a note in the studio that this is now a Category 4. Now, this has not updated. This is our system. It is not updated yet on the system, but it's now a Category 4 with 125 mile per hour winds. And this is the projected track. This is going to make a beeline straight for, it looks like, the Carolinas. Now, this is a definite. This is the path where it's going to go. But after it goes out here, it's kind of in no man's land. We don't exactly know where it's going to go at this point after it goes out here. Now, there is a chance, it's not definite, but there is a chance this could strengthen to Cat 5 status briefly before it weakens back down to a 4, and then it'll ultimately make landfall probably as a 4 or 3, but it really doesn't matter. I mean, it is going to cause devastation across this area here, across the East Coast. It's going to be a big deal. There's going to be flooding, there's going to be wind issues, there's going to be damage. This is definitely not something to take lightly here. And again, now we don't exactly know after it makes landfall where it's going to go. Some models take it riding along the East Coast, some models take it back up our way, some models take it kind of moving this way. But again, it's all in no man's land, but this is a definite forecast. This is the 5-day forecast from the NHC. So this is definitely going to be a big deal. This is something that you're going to hear a lot about probably throughout the week. And of course, we will keep you updated right here. So what we will do right now is we will take a break. And then when we come back, or Jay, do you want to take it?
Yeah, I just wanted to pitch in here.
Yeah, go ahead.
This is a very serious storm, Dakota.
Yes.
I mean, as you were saying, I know a lot of people right now. I'm house sitting, and the folks are down enjoying what is a second summer vacation for many in that area, from our area. But certainly, I mean, Category 4, that's serious.
Yes, and actually, a lot of people are not sure of the hurricane scale. It actually goes up to Cat 5 status. It doesn't go to Cat 6. There is no 6. But Cat 5 is the highest it goes. That's 156 mile per hour winds or higher. And you can see here the NHC has it going as a strong 4 at 150 miles an hour. And again, some model guidance is trying to take it to a low end 5, maybe around 160. But again, we'll see how this plays out. And again, and actually come to think of it, you kind of see the tracks out here out kind of behind me. There's two other systems in the Atlantic down here. There's Isaac, and then there is, I can't think of the name out here, but anyway, it doesn't matter. There's actually 3 systems in the Atlantic going on right now, and it's not unprecedented. This is because it's the peak of hurricane season, and this is when the wind shear in the Atlantic tends to be at its lowest. So these systems have no trouble forming and really have no trouble strengthening for that matter.
And Dakota, we just had a lot of rain this weekend, but this storm coming into the coast, eventually all that moisture, that energy is going to come our way.
It could. Again, it's not a definite at this point as into after Florence makes landfall where this is going to go. It's not definite at this point. Again, when it comes to tropical systems, 5 days out, that's a given. Anything past 5 days, it's voodoo country. So again, this is something that we're going to have to keep an eye on, because even if it passes to our east, we'll probably be brushed with some of the cloud cover. But again, it's something that we will keep an eye on throughout the week, and we'll keep you updated on it right here. But yeah, if you have friends or family in the Carolinas, you need to tell them that they need to prepare for a major hurricane now, because this is not anything to fool around here. Again, this could make landfall as a 3 or 4, and again, it's not anything to fool around when you have a major hurricane like that coming right up to the East Coast.
Not at all. Dakota, thank you. Of course, we'll check in with you in just a moment here after the break to look at locally what we'll see for the rest of the week. Things are on the warm-up for sure. Thank you, Dakota.
They might.
We'll be right back. Turn to Brotherhood Property Maintenance for all your lawn care and landscaping needs. Serving both commercial and residential lots. Check out Jamestown's fastest growing landscaping crew on Facebook or call us now to book an appointment.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com. You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. First Defense Weather is sponsored by Quick Solutions of Jamestown. Count on Quick Solutions for printing, copying, mass mailings, and so much more. Part of your team. Learn more at QuickSolutionsUSA.com. That's QuickSolutionsUSA.com.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
We went to a break with Seeing Me, and now we come back from break seeing me. You just can't get enough of me. Anyway, these are the observed rainfall totals over the past 24 hours. Again, Mayville, 2.64 inches, Gowanda, 2.24, Jamestown officially at the airport, 1.78, and Frewsburg, 1.67. So again, a lot of this rain is the result of that remnant low of Gordon that is passing to our west. So the probability of rain over the next 5 days, again, it'll start to go down here as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday. Again, Wednesday, I think should be mainly dry, but I did put a 20% chance of rain in there. And then Thursday and Friday, as the heat begins to build again, chance for scattered showers and thunderstorms both Thursday and Friday. Live look outside HD News Now Cam. It's gloomy. It is gloomy, gray, no rays of sunshine out there for anybody today. The current numbers at the airport, it's 55. Can you believe that? It's 55 degrees with a south wind of 10 with a gust of 21. Take a look at what's back. Wind chill 52 when you combine it with the air temperature and the wind. And yes, when we start putting that wind chill number up there. Yeah, I know. I think I heard boos coming from the studio. So you know what happens when that wind chill's up there. I will leave that to your own conclusions. First Defense Doppler radar, again, this is the rain that's been moving through. Again, a lot of the widespread rain is now moving out to our east, but we're going to be in between some of these scattered rain showers throughout the afternoon hours because the center of circulation is now over Ohio. This is the remnant low of what was Gordon, and it still hasn't passed through yet, but again, this is all the tropical moisture that is associated with it. It doesn't look very impressive anymore. It's really starting to just dissipate now. The remnant low is really turning into nothing. And again, if you missed it just a few minutes ago, we now have Hurricane Florence. Again, this is old data. It is now a Category 4 with 125 mile per hour winds. This is actually the newest advisory, but I think the NHC put out a special advisory just a few minutes ago to note that it's now a Category 4. But again, this is going to make a run toward the Carolinas. The projected landfall location is probably going to be right around Wilmington, but it's not definite, but we know this is where it's going to go. So again, definite major hurricane heading out that way with two other systems that are out there in the Atlantic. It's the peak of hurricane season. Let's take you through feature scan here. You can see the rain tapers from west to east. A lot of the heavier rain moves on out. We're going to be between scattered rain showers throughout the afternoon and night tonight, and then otherwise the rain will start to back off a little bit before we get into a few more rain showers for tomorrow. So all in all, it's going to be kind of a wet day. Hour by hour for today, temperatures not making it out of the 60s. Actually, I think some of these numbers might be just a little bit overdone. This is computer data, so I wouldn't be a bit surprised if some of these numbers are a little bit overdone here. But again, scattered rain showers throughout the day, socked in cloud cover, cool and damp throughout the day, cool, gloomy. It's looking like fall. I already have a pumpkin. I don't know about you guys, but yeah, it's getting around that time. Next 7 days of your life, brought to you by Quick Solutions. 67 Tuesday, still not making it out of the 60s, but hey, Wednesday with partial sunshine, we'll make it up to 74 degrees. That's right around where we should be. The warmth comes back and a little bit of humidity comes back as well for the end of the week, before the weekend, when temperatures kind of go back to almost right around where they should be for this time of the year. We will take a quick break and be right back.
Let's have a good time. What you waiting for? You only got one life. And we gon' live it up. So give me the green light. Cause I'm ready to go.
The weather is heating up, and so are the deals at Express Bike and Auto, right here in Jamestown, located at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension. They are your one-stop shop for all of your vehicle, ATV, and motorcycle needs. They even sell vehicles, and guess what? Financing is available. So what are you waiting for? Get to Express Bike and Auto right here in Jamestown at 1761 Foot Avenue Extension now.
The Frewsburg Pharmacy is the small town pharmacy with big time service. Located at 26 West Main Street, Greg Nelson treats his customers like family, so you know you are in good hands when you walk through the door. The Frewsburg Pharmacy has everything you need and more, including a gift shop for the seasons. Stop down to the Frewsburg Pharmacy today and let the staff show you why the Frewsburg Pharmacy is the pharmacy that cares about you. Hey, this is Ryan Hedrick reporting from the Jamestown Bowling Company, where the bowling is off the hook, the food is even better, and the camaraderie watching sports is oh so great.
The food is fantastic and the drinks are cold.
Mark was bowling almost a perfect game. Mark, do you come here a lot?
Every day.
Wow, Mark comes here every day. No excuse for you not to get to Jamestown Bowling Company on Foot Avenue. Jamestown Bowling Company. Eat, drink, bowl, and be merry.
I just love to be with the dogs, and I like to do them one at a time. They don't wait for 5 hours in my shop. We have full groom, which includes everything from A to Z, nails, of course brushing, any trimming that needs to be done. I do offer teeth brushing, which is a little extra. So if he takes me 2 hours, it's $40. If he takes me 3 hours, I still keep it down. As long as the dog comes back happy and not at the door, I'm happy.
And welcome back to New and Noteworthy, another live look at our HD News Now cam. The flags are flying, but we're pretty warm and toasty in our downtown studios. Justin Gould.
I think it's a little too warm,
Dakota Hunter and Matt Hummel hanging. It is a little warm.
All these studio lights in here make it hot.
It says it's 75, so that is kind of hot. But
that's
cold.
You know, I think that's the little thing with broadcasting is all these studio lights just add to the heat.
So bright, so bright. Saying hello to Mark. Is that Mark the bowler from the Jamestown Bowling Company commercial? Because if it is, you are famous, sir. Cindy, Donna, Rory is watching us. Hey, Rory. Tabitha, all tuning in, Cheyenne as well. Hello, happy day. I don't like saying the other word. It's day.
Almost over. Well, halfway.
It's halfway over. For Matt, it's almost over because he does nothing in the afternoon.
Wow.
Well, my question actually pertains to the games yesterday.
Okay.
Now, do you think that maybe, now I know it's only just 1 week into the season, but do you think maybe the Bills kind of have like a little bit of thing on their shoulder because of last season, how they made the playoffs and they were close to making the Super Bowl? Do you think that they have that riding on their shoulders for this season?
Wait, they were close to making the Super Bowl?
Well, they made the playoffs.
Well, yeah, I mean, they weren't that close.
Right, but still,
Yeah.
This is the first time in how many years they made the playoffs?
I mean, you know what? You do have a valid point, but, I mean, again, look at who they have at quarterback. Besides Calvin Benjamin, in my opinion, I think the receiving game is weak. I think LaShawn McCoy is going to struggle for a while. He's got a lot of attention right now with everything. The defense didn't look too hot either yesterday. So, really, I think it goes more than just a playoff hangover. I think it's the roster itself is weak, in my opinion.
I see that. I very much see that. I see the hope from the Bills fans, and I think sometimes if you look at it, I see where you're coming from, Dakota. There's almost like so much hype.
Right.
Well, they're going to start 0-4, so.
But I mean, yeah,
They're going to start 0-4.
reset next week, and I guess go in with a good mindset. But at the same time,
the Chargers are going to destroy them.
Right. You need muscle, not mindset.
Then they have, after next week, and when they lose to the Chargers, I think that's going to happen. They have 2 road games in Minnesota and Green Bay, and I forget which order it is, but unless Rodgers is still hurt at that point, I don't know. I think the Packers will slaughter them, and I think Minnesota's going to beat them. 0-4, baby.
Pam says, and offense didn't do that well either, and she's right. I mean, yesterday's game was kind of gross, but you know what? The good news is
what?
At least they're not the Browns.
What a hardball!
Oh my gosh!
Wow.
Hey, that's it for us today.
At least the Patriots won. That's all that
and Roy
matters.
Polero, you're right. Rodgers is legendary.
We're back tomorrow. We'll see you then.
I'm all the way up.